Algún día va a desprenderse de la piedra, eso es lo que
He
me
is
preocupa.
frightened at this
Y
point
se
and does
desprende, se
not know
desprende la
what to do.
piedra.
You're scrolling through TikTok when a video stops you in your tracks. A man in Panama claims he stumbled upon a meteorite. But this isn't the kind of rock you'd expect to find in the dirt. On camera, it seems to shimmer and change color when sunlight hits it. When placed near plants, it appears to scorch through them. And most disturbing of all, it oozes a black, tentacle-like substance that moves across the surface as if alive. The effect is so bizarre that viewers instantly compared it to Marvel's Venom, dubbing it the Venom meteorite. The footage spread at lightning speed. Within hours, clips were reposted across TikTok, X, and Instagram, drawing millions of views. Some users rushed to call it the discovery of a lifetime, possible evidence of alien life. Others dismissed it as nothing more than a clever hoax. And in between those extremes, another theory emerged, that the entire video might be AI-generated, the latest example of synthetic media designed to trick people into believing the unbelievable. In the stadium of online debate, booms and cheers collided. For every excited believer, there was a skeptic pointing to strange lighting or the way the tentacles moved, claiming it all looked too artificial to be real. For others, the sheer weirdness of the clip was enough to keep them hooked, whether it was real, fake, or something in between. And as the video gained momentum, one thing became clear. This was no longer just a strange rock in Panama. It had become the internet's newest mystery, and the debate over its origin was about to spiral out of control. The clip didn't stay on TikTok for long. Within hours, it spilled over onto X, where posts from accounts like Spyco blasted the footage to an even wider audience. The reactions were immediate and divided. Some swore it was undeniable proof of something extraterrestrial, pointing to the way the black substance stretched like tendrils. Others mocked the video, saying it looked more like a high school science experiment than a cosmic discovery. And then came the loudest group of all, the people convinced it was generated by AI. They pointed out inconsistencies in the lighting, shaky edges around the object, and the unnatural way the tentacles seemed to move. To them, this wasn't alien life or a lab experiment. It was just another example of synthetic video tricking millions of people. But just as quickly, counter-arguments emerged. If it were fake, why would someone in Panama risk showing their face on camera? If it were AI, why did it look so physical, so tactile, as it burned through plant? The debate grew louder, and the video transformed from a curiosity into a cultural flashpoint. Believers, skeptics, and AI spotters clashed in comment threads. Each side convinced the others were blind to the truth. And now the question falls to you. When you watch a video like this, are you more likely to believe it's real, or do you assume it's fake?
Si algo me preocupa es que algún día se desprenda de la roca. Pero por ahora no. Por ahora le mantengo su crecimiento paralizado, pues no lo dejo tomar mucha luz. Cuando toma luz solar, crece.
Until proven otherwise. As the online frenzy grew, scientists and analysts began weighing in with their own explanations. To them, the so-called Venom meteorite wasn't proof of alien life. It was far more likely a clever setup using synthetic materials. Chemists pointed out that the strange bubbling, shifting colors, and even the creeping black strands looked almost identical to reactions seen in certain lab compounds. One in particular stood out: poly-dimethylsiloxane mixed with hexane. This combination, they explained, can create an oily, shifting effect that stretches and contracts like something alive. Add in the right lighting and camera angles, and it can appear almost otherworldly. To experts, the Panama rock wasn't extraterrestrial. It was chemistry masquerading as science fiction. Still, their explanations didn't silence the debate. Believers argued that scientists always rush to dismiss what they can't explain, pointing to past discoveries that were mocked before being proven real. Skeptics countered that the tentacle growth was far too controlled, too consistent to be anything but staged. And the AI crowd doubled down, claiming even the chemical theory was just a distraction from the fact that the footage itself might not be real at all. The more answers poured in, the more the questions multiplied. Was this a prank designed for clout, a real chemical experiment gone viral, or something far stranger? And that left many viewers wondering, if experts themselves can't agree, how do ordinary people know what's real anymore? By the time scientists offered their theories, the internet had already transformed the Panama clip into something much larger. TikTok edits set the footage to horror soundtracks, zooming in on the black strands as if they were alive. Meme accounts compared the substance directly to Marvel's Venom, creating side-by-side images of the symbiote latching onto its host. Conspiracy threads pushed it even further, tying the clip to claims of a meteor intercepted by China earlier this year over Shandong province. For believers, this wasn't just a weird rock. It was part of a global cover-up. The story became impossible to contain. Instagram Reels racked up millions of views. Reddit threads spiraled into endless speculation, some claiming governments were already aware of lifelike materials arriving from space. Others accused TikTok creators of fabricating the entire stunt for views, pointing out how perfectly it played into internet culture's appetite for aliens and horror. The truth mattered less than the narrative. For the internet, this was no longer about whether the meteorite was real or fake. It was about building a story, one that touched on science fiction, conspiracy, and the possibility that humanity isn't alone. And with every new edit, every new theory, the line blurred further. Was this just a prank with chemicals, or could it be something stranger, something bigger than anyone expected? As the story spread, the backlash grew even sharper.
Get a torch and burn it. Burn it, because immediately know. What is going on in Panama? I know you guys have heard about the meteorite that fell. A man went and picked up the meteorite. What's this rock? Takes the rock home. The rock starts growing. First step, it was like those things that we used to in elementary school, the hermit crab. Tentacles coming out.
Some called the entire Panama meteorite saga nothing more than a scam, a stunt designed to go viral and rack up followers. Skeptics pointed out how neatly it fit into the trend of fake extraterrestrial discoveries that capture attention before being debunked. Others leaned on science, reminding audiences that real meteorites don't ooze black slime or scorch plants. They're heavy, metallic, and often unremarkable to the naked eye. But defenders of the clip refused to back down. To them, the dismissals were proof of something bigger, that scientists and media outlets were too quick to bury discoveries that challenged what people thought they knew. They argued that every great leap in history was once called impossible, and that this might be another moment where the truth was being hidden in plain sight. And then there was the AI crowd, perhaps the loudest of all. They warned that this was a glimpse into the new reality of viral media, where anyone with the right tools could fabricate a video so convincing it sparks international debate. To them, the real danger wasn't whether the meteorite was real or fake. It was that in a world full of AI hoaxes, people could no longer tell the difference. That tension between believers, skeptics, and AI spotters made the debate burn hotter. The more people argued, the more the videos spread, each share fueling the controversy instead of putting it to rest. And now the uncomfortable question lingers. In a time when AI can create almost anything, how much of what we see online can we actually trust? What gave the Panama meteorite clip its staying power wasn't just the footage itself, but the fears it tapped into. People have always been fascinated by space, asteroids, meteors, and the possibility of alien life. But in today's world, those fascinations carry new weight. Technology is advancing at a pace most people can't keep up with. And every strange video online feels like it could be the next revelation or the next trick. For many, the Venom meteorite became more than just a rock in Panama. It symbolized the unease of living in a time when science fiction feels closer to reality than ever. Movies have long imagined organisms from space bonding with humans, and suddenly a TikTok clip appeared to show it happening in real life. That overlap between fantasy and reality made the story irresistible. The fascination was also fueled by the sense that ordinary people, not scientists, had discovered it. The idea that someone walking through the countryside could stumble upon something extraordinary fits perfectly into the internet's appetite for everyday encounters turned viral. Whether it was a prank, a chemical trick, or something stranger, the story hit at a collective curiosity and a collective fear that the world is full of things we don't yet understand. And that's why, even as experts tried to debunk it, the video kept spreading. It wasn't just about whether the meteorite was real. It was about the possibility that one day, something like it might be. As the debate dragged on, the Panama meteorite transformed into something far bigger than a strange clip online. For believers, it was a sign of discovery, proof that the universe still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. For skeptics, it was a reminder of how easily people can be fooled by clever setups and viral stunts. And for those convinced it was AI, it stood as a warning that we're entering an era where even our own eyes can no longer be trusted. The woman branded Philly's Karen was shaped into a cultural villain. The same is happening here. The Venom meteorite has been shaped into a cultural mystery. It doesn't matter whether the rock is real, synthetic, or digitally fabricated. What matters is that millions of people are arguing about it, dissecting it, and projecting their own fears and hopes onto it. In that way, the meteorite has already achieved something rare. It has become a symbol. The silence of its original finder only adds fuel. No follow-ups, no scientific samples, no press conferences, just a clip that refuses to die. And that silence forces the internet to fill in the blanks, with theories multiplying faster than facts. So the story lingers, suspended between truth and fiction. Was it alien? Was it chemistry? Was it AI? The world may never get a clear answer. And now the final question falls to you. When a mystery like this explodes online, do you really want the truth? Or is the thrill of the unknown what keeps us watching, sharing, and believing?